Casuel Pitts. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I am a world-renowned entrepreneur, and I help entrepreneurs scale their business from $0 to $1 million in 1 year, as long as they have a niche in the marketplace.
Excellent. And so you chose the Leadership Experience Tour to share your message. Can you tell the audience why?
Well, the key word is leadership, right? When you have individuals like Shawn and all of these other great speakers like myself, our job as leaders is to expound upon some of the things that we've been through in our journey and how to accelerate to that next level about leadership. So it's very, very important to understand that.
Excellent. And what do you think Shawn is doing for, leaders around the world today?
He's helping them create consistency, and that which is extremely important for entrepreneurs or individuals who want to become leaders, because you have to be consistent in leadership. It's not about having it, it's about keeping it. And that's what's most important.
Excellent. Well, Shawn he's an influencer and he's a visionary and he believes in taking things to the next level. So he is actually expanding his Leadership Experience Tour to be more global, to make a more global impact. So what do you think about his vision to sort of expand into other countries, starting with London in the UK?
Oh man, love London. Listen, God is global. So why not go global, right? It's the only way. I always say, coming together is the beginning, sticking together is progress, but working together is success. And working with the UK does nothing but open up more doors for Shawn and the Leadership Experience Tour.
How important is it for, folks just not here locally, but, in other countries where, we may not have that sort of freedom of speech, to be able to share our stories, or where people might feel like it's not culturally appropriate. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
Listen, everybody has a voice and everybody should be heard on some shape, form, or level. And I believe that with the Leadership Experience, it will help expound upon that so your voice can be heard, so people can understand who you are and what you can do, not just for society, but for your economical community as well.
Excellent. So, hey, there's a lot of speaker platforms out there. You're from Atlanta, where right now we're in Michigan, and there's a lot of platforms between here and there. And yet you chose to, connect with Shawn and the Leadership Experience Tour. Can you tell our audience why?
A lot of the other platforms, they do a lot of teaching, right? And we understand that. And I think from every platform you can gain something. But with the Leadership Experience Tour, the key word, leadership, is really understanding how to lead. Because how can you be a great person, right, or a great individual and don't have that key attribute, which is leadership? And I think one of the things that Shawn teaches at the Leadership Experience Tour is activation. How do you activate that leadership to its full potential? So that is extremely key.
And what advice would you have for someone who has not yet experienced the Leadership Experience Tour?
Listen, stop making excuses. You spend money on all of these things, right? However, most important is personal development. And it's very, very important for your life, for your relationships. So you owe it to yourself to stop downplaying yourself. Don't worry about the investment, because you're investing in self. And as long as you can invest in self, only then will you become great.
Excellent. Now, if you had to sum up Shawn in just one word, what would that be?
Dedication. And I think as a leader, that's something that you have to have, along with activating that leadership, is you have to be dedicated to lead people. And Shawn showcases that. He showcases day in and day out, where he's in these other individuals' faces to help them become great leaders. So definitely.
And if you had to sum up what you have experienced so far with being here for the Leadership Experience Tour and preparing to take the stage, how would you sum that up for our audience?
Value. The networking is one of the most intricate pieces at the Leadership Experience Tour. Value. This particular tour brings value to the individual, brings value to what you're going to be expounding upon in regards to your topic and your title. So value would be the word that I would use.